Okay, question number one. If I could do anything without any limitations, what would it be? If I could do anything without any limitations, what would it be? So if you had nothing holding you back in life, if you could do anything, and I want you to use your imagination, like go wild. What would be some of the things that you would love to do if nothing was holding you back? And I'm talking about your limiting beliefs. I'm talking about your perception or attitude towards things. I'm talking about money. So if there were no financial limitations either, what are some of the things that you would do? Okay. So I guess for me would be something like I would move to Cape Town and I would start I would bring my life coaching business to Cape Town and I would step into motivational speaking. I think so that for me is one of my biggest goals is to become a motivational speaker. And so that is something that I would do if I didn't have any limitations or financial strains at the moment. Okay. So I want you to think about some examples for you. So pause the video now and answer that question. Alrighty. Your next question. Where would I like to be 1 year from now? If you have to look at your life 1 year from now, where would you like to be? So I want you to use your imagination in this. How would you like your life to look? What would you like to be wearing? How would you like your physical appearance to be looking? What would you like your financial situation to be like? What would you like to be doing in terms of your job? How would you like to feel as a person? What kind of people would you like to surround yourself with? How much money would you like to be earning? I want you to really, really, really go deep into this. Where would I like to be 1 year from now? Okay, how would you like your health to be? What else can I think of? Yes. Maybe there's a specific course you would like to do this year or a specific qualification. Where would you like to be living? Maybe you'd love to take a holiday somewhere. I don't know, whatever it is for you, think about where you would like to be 1 year from now and write down what that answer is. Let's go to the next one. Okay, so what are 4 habits I need to stop right now? If you had to pick 4 of your worst habits or the 4 habits that are not serving you, they're not adding any value to your life, 4 habits, what would those 4 habits be? Okay, so let's see some examples, some really important examples. So maybe it's something like you would like to stop smoking, you would like to stop consuming so much sugar or eating a lot of junk food. Maybe it's you would like to stop self-sabotaging and making excuses for the things that you're not doing in your life. Maybe you would like to stop procrastinating at work and be a lot more productive. Or maybe you would like to stop your negative self-talk. So yes, the way that you speak to yourself, how you feel about yourself. Maybe you would like to stop spending too much time alone. Maybe you do spend too much time alone, and there's some things that maybe you would like to be a little bit more social. Yeah, so there's quite a few things that you can stop, or maybe you'd like to stop spending so much money. Maybe you're somebody who loves, you like a shopaholic. Maybe you would like to stop going to the worst case scenario and always overthinking and overanalyzing everything. So I want you to think about 4 things that you would like to stop now. And why do I say 4 and not 10? Is because I want you to start off really slowly. So just think of like the 4 most important things for now, and then we can maybe add on to that at a later stage. What are the 4 habits I need to stop right now? Things that are not adding value to your life. Okay, so let's think about that. Next question is, what advice would I give to someone in the same position as me? Oh, this is quite a big one. What advice would I give to someone in the same position as me? So, if you were talking to a friend and your friend was literally telling you the experiences they were having right now, particularly with their stress and anxiety, or their current living situation, or how they feel about themselves now. If your friend was telling you this now, and they were literally going into all the detail of how their life is and all the problems that they have and everything that's holding them back, the destructive behavior, whatever it is, I want you to then give that person advice. So, what advice would I give someone in the same position as me? What are some of the things that you would say to that person? How would you tell them to behave? What are some of the things you would tell them to stop doing? Um, how would you ask them to look at their mindset or approach to different things? What are all the things that you can think of that you would tell someone who was actually in your position? Okay, it's actually quite a deep question. And also, this may bring up a lot of emotions for you, make you feel uncomfortable. But we have got to start getting used to making the uncomfortable comfortable. And we're only going to do that by becoming self aware of the things that we need to look at, bringing it to the surface so that we can actually start the healing process. That's very important. Okay, what advice would I give to someone in the same position as me? And then I've got a final question for you that I want you to look at. If you repeated your typical day for the next year, would you be closer to or further away from your goals? If you repeated your typical day for the next year, would you be closer to or further away from your goals? So I'd like you to look at your general day. So not like the weekend when you're relaxing and all of that, but during the week, the main things that you do every day, the way that you behave when you wake up in the morning, so like your morning routine, what happens when you get to work, when you're actually sitting in work, after work, what do you do after work directly, what do you do in that evening, and what do you do just before you go to bed, and then be whilst you're sleeping and wake up the next day. Okay, so not whilst you're sleeping, but you get the idea of what I'm saying. I want you to think about your typical day, everything that you are doing every day. Now, if you had to kind of average it out and look at it from maybe like a bird's eye view, if you saw this is what I do every day, I want you to ask yourself, would this get you closer or further away from your goals? Okay, or from the person that you want to be, or from alleviating your stress and anxiety. What you do every day, is it making you more stressed, more anxious, or less? Okay, so if you repeated your typical day for the next year, would you be closer or further away from your goals? Where would you be? Really take a moment to answer this question. Okay.